Have you ever seen this much Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds in your life? Over this past week, they've been everywhere. It's been so frustrating.
Have you ever seen Hollywood friendships unravel this publicly and this dramatically? When NFL superstar Travis Kelce hit that unfollow button on Ryan Reynolds, fans weren't just surprised, they were stunned. What could possibly cause a football icon to cut off one of Hollywood's most beloved couples? The answer, as it turns out, is far more explosive than anyone imagined.
Look at this. Blake and Ryan put on a brave face as they step out amid another bombshell, which it was. Because now, as they're out there doing this, their boss, Hugh and Ryan's boss, Marvel, is being dragged into court. Yet another example of why Taylor, Travis, Selena, all of them are like, that girl's bad news. This is why I think it was such a bad move to do what she did. It's nuts that she took it this far. I still can't for the life of me figure out what she was thinking, except for the fact that maybe because of Travis, Taylor, all these people, there was a message that was brought back to Blake and Ryan. You guys better clear your names. Otherwise, we can't be seen with you because now you're damaged goods. That's how Hollywood works. And Travis at the same time doesn't want to deal with this nonsense. Like, he's like, who are these fake Hollywood nobodies? I don't want to deal with them. And I got to say, I do appreciate that about him. While Ryan's out there playing the still Hollywood game, there's a lot of people that I'm sure he's nervous around. Hence why those appearances have seemed a little off. I think he's no dummy. He knows what's going on, and he's attempting to push through and do what the experts and Blake are telling him to do. But and in some ways, it probably will work. Sometimes you just got to keep going, keep moving forward. Don't address the drama. But that's why I can't understand why they just didn't not sue. If they hadn't sued, if they had just moved forward and those texts and everything that Taylor and everybody else saw if they just didn't come out.
Let's start with the Instagram move that started it all. At first glance, it looked like a social media glitch, but no, sources confirmed it was no accident. The unfollow was deliberate, calculated, and directly tied to a scandal rocking Taylor Swift's inner circle. At the heart of it, a bombshell lawsuit involving Blake Lively, legal drama, and reputational warfare. Blake and Ryan appeared to be doing damage control. Public appearances at soccer matches and red carpets were carefully choreographed, but they couldn't mask the storm brewing behind the scenes. While the world smiled at photos of them with Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, insiders were watching a very different narrative unfold. A friendship collapsing under the weight of betrayal and public pressure.
Look, Page 6 reported it first, and it's as we all thought. The reason why is because of the It Ends With Us messy legal nightmare. That's what Page 6 has exclusively learned. Daily Mail does go in a little bit more detail under the reasoning as to why it was the crisis, why this drama has caused a problem. But an insider has revealed the real reason behind the football pro unfollowing Reynolds and the true state of the friendship. Travis unfollowed Ryan because he is fed up with the whole drama. Now, again, duh, we know that, but here's where they get a little bit more specific and why I thought this was actually a worthy story and a good conversation. It's not just about the spectacle of it all. Travis is concerned that he could potentially be questioned too, since he was with Taylor as some of this was going down. Swift was dragged into the increasingly toxic scuffle in January because of the countersuit with screenshots alleging the Dragons, Kelce. Kelce and Taylor have been lying low after she got sucked in, the insider continued. The couple has been hiding out in Kansas City, spending time on tropical vacation in Boca Raton. Travis is not fake, and he is not going to pretend to be bros with someone who would throw him or Taylor under the bus, the insider added. Kelce's tight-knit circle is far less A-list than Swift's starry squad. He's known for being close friends with his teammates, including Patrick Mahomes, as well as former NFL players, and et cetera, et cetera. His childhood friend. He keeps it simple. Smart move. Loyal people around him that he could trust, not weird snakes like Blake Lively, who wrapped her claws in, which Selena called. We'll get there in a second. But yes, they've taken a step back from the friendship. For the record, I've heard this from multiple sources around. I do not believe the articles that try to say Taylor and Blake are fine. They are not fine. Now, reps officially have said nothing, but the source confirmed the two of them, Travis and Taylor, have cut Ryan and Blake for the time being. Now, I suspect, here's my theory, before we get to what Selena said, I suspect if there was anything from a Taylor or somebody, it's you better win this case. Otherwise, because I don't think Taylor's going to want to be there. If she loses this case, and this looks like Blake lied.
Behind the glossy group photos and luxury dinners was a bond far deeper than surface level celebrity interaction. Travis and Ryan weren't just acquaintances, they were actual friends. They exchanged personal gifts, supported each other's projects, and shared inside jokes. But even the closest friendships can fall apart, especially in Hollywood. And according to insiders, the fallout started weeks before anyone noticed. Private messages between the couples began to cool. Warm, emoji-filled banter gave way to curt replies and long silences. The final breaking point came during a dinner at Carbone, a confrontation so heated, Travis reportedly left mid-meal. The fight, loyalty, and image. Travis, known for his tight-knit circle, didn't like what he was hearing, and neither did Taylor Swift. Taylor's silence spoke volumes. While Blake and Ryan scrambled to maintain their public image, Taylor offered no support. No tweets, no likes, no comments. Instead, whispers began spreading through the industry. Taylor had quietly drawn a line in the sand. You were either with her or you weren't.
Blake and Taylor go way further back than Ice Spice. But now Ice Spice is her new bestie showing up to all the things. Something feels off here. Something feels absolutely off here. And I can't imagine that this isn't connected. That's just my personal opinion. Something feels off. Clearly, the image war, as even the headlines are now saying, Blake and Ryan are losing it. Now, I don't know how to disagree with this comment. I want to go to this comment that came in here. In Hollywood, perception is everything. When the narrative surrounding you turns negative, you risk being seen as a liability rather than an asset, which can lead to lost opportunities. By engaging in highly visible feuds, they run the risk of the controversy lasting far longer than the legal battle itself, potentially overshadowing their future projects and professional relationships. There are no real winners here, but right now, Blake and Ryan are losing the image war. This comes from Alexandra Lamana, communications advisor, former White House spokesman from the Biden administration. The reputational risk of legal action only pays off when you have overwhelming public support, an airtight case, and full control of the narrative. None of that seems to be true here. This is a he said, she said that is getting messier by the day, and it's getting harder for Blake and Ryan to come out looking clean. Fighting a case is one thing, winning over the public is another. If they can't do that, their only option may be to step back and let time make people forget. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. All I know is I don't think anybody's going to forget this anytime soon, and I think Taylor showing up without Blake speaks volumes.
The reason? The lawsuit involving Blake wasn't just another celebrity scandal, it was personal. Sources say Taylor felt betrayed. Allegedly, private messages surfaced showing Blake mocking Taylor's relationship with Travis, calling it a PR stunt. For someone as image conscious as Taylor Swift, that kind of betrayal is unforgivable. Not only did it question the authenticity of her romance, it challenged her entire brand. Behind the scenes, Taylor's team began locking down. PR reps were instructed not to engage. Close friends were cautioned to distance themselves. It was a quiet purge, but the effects were seismic. Suddenly, red carpet events became tense chess games, with celebrities and their reps maneuvering to avoid being photographed with the wrong people.
But it didn't stop there. After that, they went off to Wrexham, Ryan's soccer team. And there was a big win, and there was a lot of PDA, a lot of celebration. Like, I'm bummed. I'm not trying to pile onto Ryan. I liked Ryan. I like the idea of Wrexham. The town seems really incredible, and they bet on this team. He and Rob McElroy, I don't know, the guy from Always Sunny, they did make a bet on this team, and the bet has paid off, and the city is paying off in dividends. Good for them. I'm rooting for Wrexham and the team, but I just hate how Ryan and specifically Blake now get to use this as sort of a big PR opportunity for them. It's frustrating to me. I got to be honest, seeing it all there. I can't knock the Wrexham fans out there who are enjoying this win, which Ryan and Rob, to both of their credit, helped to get this team where it's at. It's just frustrating to see that she got to get shoehorned in there. And of course, she's gushing over, this is the win. She's gushing over the win as well. And of course, posting all her pictures from the day. And there she is, of course. And I don't like her style. I just don't like it. Yeah, there she, anyway, gushing over her hubby's win and tribute to Ryan and Rob's win. But it didn't just end there.
Travis' team saw the writing on the wall. As his fame soared, so did the stakes. Hollywood studios had begun circling, offering acting opportunities and endorsements, but they didn't want baggage. His managers made it clear, distance yourself or lose everything. That unfollow wasn't a casual scroll, it was a career-saving move. And then came the final blow. Word spread that Ryan Reynolds had leaked embarrassing stories about Travis, private moments shared in confidence, now circulating among Hollywood insiders. One particularly damaging anecdote involved a misunderstanding between Travis and an Oscar-winning director. It reached the media through an anonymous tip, and all fingers pointed at Ryan. For Travis, this wasn't just gossip, it was betrayal. For someone who valued loyalty above all else, especially coming from the tight-knit NFL brotherhood, this cut deep. The trust was gone, and with it, the friendship. The fallout wasn't limited to personal feelings. Hollywood is now a war zone. Coordinators at the Met Gala and major award shows are reportedly redrawing seating charts to avoid placing the two camps, Team Swift Kelce and Team Reynolds Lively, near each other. Assistants, stylists, and reps are trading insider info just to navigate the chaos. One misplaced photo could spark another scandal.
And again, why I am so proud of Travis Kelce for doing his little subtle protest here, because it is a big move. Taylor Swift isn't allowed to make a comment like that. She just doesn't. Her brand's too big. She can't get involved. She's way too involved with Blake. And clearly she could end all of this with one little tweet, a simple like, promoting of Blake's new movie. Any little move by Taylor could, make it clear we're still cool. Taylor's choosing not to. And then on top of that, Travis is like, you know what? I'm sick of this. I'm unfollowing him. I don't want to see him in my feed. I can't stand it anymore. He could have muted him, but he chose to unfollow him. Amidst all this positive press and everything that's out there, I really do believe Travis, Taylor, and many others are starting to really figure out who these two are. And I'll be honest, I said it on my Instagram. Please follow Popcorn Planet over on Instagram. I'm doing more stories again. I'm sad by this. I'm bummed by this because I liked Ryan. I liked Ryan Reynolds. I did. And I'm just so frustrated. I can understand why he wants to support his wife. I applaud any man who does and any wife who stands by their man. But he's way more involved in this than he wants to admit. It's so clear as day what he's doing to Justin and the gaslighting they're both doing. It's just too hard to ignore. I can't ignore it anymore. And it makes me look at him differently. And honestly, it bums me out. I want to go root for Wrexham and watch that. I want to see Deadpool 4 and I want to see what else he's doing and watch his funny marketing. I do. But man, it's really hard now.
Behind Blake's picture-perfect public persona, a darker image is emerging. Industry insiders say the person she projects to the world isn't the same Blake they deal with behind closed doors. Her red carpet appearances and cheerful interviews, all part of a carefully curated image. But the lawsuit cracked the facade. What's in those court documents we may never know in full, but sources who've seen them say the evidence is damning. Texts, emails, recorded calls, timelines that contradict Blake's public statements, sworn testimonies that tell a very different story. Even her closest allies are backing away. The drama has caused longtime friends to quietly distance themselves. Emily Blunt, who stood next to Blake at a movie premiere, is now reportedly siding with Taylor. According to one source, Blake's behind-the-scenes behavior during their press tour was unprofessional and unsettling. Others confirm similar accounts. This isn't just about Blake though, it's about the industry at large. One Hollywood insider put it bluntly, you pick the wrong side and you're out. Studios are watching, brands are watching, one mistake and your career could be done. The lawsuit, according to sources, isn't just a threat to Blake's image, it's a ticking time bomb. Multiple A-listers are said to be potential witnesses. Some are panicking about being subpoenaed. Others are ghosting Blake altogether. And Taylor, she's quietly building alliances. According to industry whispers, she's been reaching out to publicists and managers of mutual connections. The message is subtle, but clear. Choose wisely. One PR strategist compared it to a celebrity Cold War. On one side, Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce, Selena Gomez, and a growing list of allies. On the other, Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, and a shrinking circle of loyalists. Studios are even issuing casting memos, advising against putting actors from opposite camps in the same project. In one instance, a romantic comedy had to rewrite major scenes to avoid friction. The ripple effects are real, and now even fan bases are clashing. Swifties have flooded social media with cryptic posts about loyalty, betrayal, and snakes. Meanwhile, Blake's defenders insist she's being unfairly targeted. But the final word may come not from fans or insiders, but from the courtroom. If the lawsuit goes to trial, the fallout could be catastrophic, not just for Blake, but for anyone seen defending her. Travis Kelce's unfollow wasn't just a digital move. It was the first domino to fall in what's quickly becoming Hollywood's most dramatic friendship implosion. Behind the smiles and Instagram posts, a silent war rages on. And if you thought the drama was over, think again. This is only the beginning. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Hollywood's biggest fallout, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We've got more exclusive stories coming soon, and you won't want to miss a second of it.